Hello, children. I hope all of you are fine. Today we will learn chapter 2 of Moral Science. This presentation is for class 8 students. The chapter name is Self Improvement. Accept your shortcomings. Today we will study a story about a boy named Ankit. So before we start with the story, we should know why we study moral science. Children, moral education is the guidance and teaching of good behavior and values. It is taught to young children like you in school, providing them with a sense of politeness and lawfulness. So, this is the purpose of teaching you moral science in school. So, we will study the story of a boy named Ankit. Let's see the concept of the story. The concept is no human being is perfect. We all have our weaknesses and shortcomings. The trick is to identify our failure, make conscious efforts to overcome them, and set ourselves on the path to self improvement. This means that no person is perfect in this world. We all have weaknesses and shortcomings. So, the key to success is that we should accept and identify our failures, and we should make efforts to overcome our shortcomings or weaknesses. It means that we should overcome our weaknesses. We should work hard to overcome our shortcomings. So let's start with the story. Characters of the story. This story is about a boy named Ankit. He loved eating junk food like burgers, fries, colas, pizzas, etc. He had developed unhealthy eating habits, and as a result he became obese. Obese means to gain weight, to become fat. Whenever his parents cautioned him against his unhealthy eating habits, he used to respond that everybody likes fast food. Ankit's father was a wealthy businessman. Wealthy means rich, rich businessman, and had little time to spend with his family. Ankit's mother was worried about her son's unhealthy eating habits, but she thought that this was a passing fancy and he would outgrow of it. This means that Ankit's mother thought that very soon Ankit will give up the habit of eating fast food. One day, Ankit's science teacher was discussing about balanced diet and healthy nutrition in the class. Ankit got into a spirited argument. Spirited argument means hot argument with his science teacher, and he stated that children in growing ages need more fats and carbohydrates. He also gave health statistics from the West, countries like America and European countries, to prove his point, but he failed to realize the climatic, genetic, and lifestyle differences between the two places. Ankit was convinced with his views and he continued eating junk food. His weight surged, so did his problems. This means that Ankit's problems increased and his weight also increased. Now could not run or even climb stairs. He used to get breathless, and it became hard for him to stay awake in the class after recess. Though a bit alarmed, he continued eating junk food. This means that even after his science teacher told him, warned him, cautioned him that children should not eat junk food, Ankit continued eating junk food. As a result, his weight increased and he was finding difficulty in climbing the stairs. He used to become breathless. So with all these symptoms, he became a bit alarmed, but then also he continued eating junk food. One day, when Ankit's science teacher was discussing common adolescent ailments in the class, he, means Ankit, suddenly felt an acute pain in his chest and was unable to breathe. He fell unconscious onto the floor. When he gained consciousness again, he found himself on a hospital bed. He asked his mother what had happened to him, but he was advised to take some rest. It was another 2 days before he could be released from the hospital when his father told him that he had suffered a mild heart attack. Father's advice. Though Ankit's father was disappointed with him, disappointed means unhappy, he advised him to eat healthy food and also warned him about the ill effects of eating fast food. Ill effect means bad effect of eating fast food. He even stated that he was inviting troubles by not accepting his weakness for junk food. This means Ankit's father advised him that he is inviting problems. He will develop health problems if he continues eating junk food. His father stated firmly that he has to follow the diet chart prescribed by the doctor if he wanted to live for some more days, for some more time. This means that his father warned him that he has to follow the diet chart given by the doctor if he wants to live a healthy life and if he wants to live a long life. Ankit felt his cheeks flushed with shame and embarrassment, and he learned 2 lessons that day. In the next slide, we will learn about the lessons. In this slide, we will learn the 2 lessons that Ankit learned on that day. The first lesson: 1. He needs to accept his weaknesses and shortcomings readily and consciously. This means that Ankit had weaknesses for junk food. So he should accept this. He should not deny the fact that he is in habit of eating junk foods. Second one, the earlier he begins to make effort to overcome his weaknesses, the better it will be for him. This means that once we know our weaknesses and shortcomings, it is better to work on it and to overcome it. The more time we spend on our weaknesses and on our shortcomings, they will have a bad effect on us. But when we realize that we have some flaws, we have some imperfections in ourselves, and we start working on it, then very soon we are able to overcome our shortcomings. So in Ankit's case also, he learned the lesson that he should accept his weaknesses for junk food and he should overcome his weakness. Means he should leave the habit of eating junk food. Ankit Today. It has been a year since, and today Ankit is an active and sprightly lad, fit as a fiddle. He strictly avoids junk food and eats only home cooked food. This means that after 1 year, Ankit became an active boy full of energy. He was able to do all his work on his own without feeling fatigue, and he also started eating home cooked food. He stopped eating junk food. So, children, we should also learn a lesson from this story that if anyone is in habit of eating too much junk food, we should stop it because it will have ill effect on our health. If we want to live a good healthy life, we should eat good food, and we all know that home cooked food is the best food. So we should learn from Ankit. Thank you for watching this presentation on moral science. It was prepared by Mrs. Sonu Nanda. Children, thank you once again.